Yes. Good evening, everybody. Oh, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining my live video. Good evening, welcome to my live. Good evening, good evening. Kekunume. It's been a long time. I've not seen you guys. I'm so happy to be live again. I'm so happy. Yes, I'm on this live video to talk about Agwu. I said I was going to talk about Agwu by 8 p.m. A lot of people were asking, what is Agwu? What is the English meaning of Agwu? What is this? What is that? So I'm going to talk about it on this video. So bring your seats. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I didn't prepare any notes for this video. No notes. I didn't do any pre-preparation. So my Agwu is going to be at work. So what we are doing is practical. So you understand how Agwu works and what it is. So greetings. I'm going to be shouting out to the first 20 persons that are connecting on this video. The first 20 persons, shout out. I can see Chioma John. Good evening, Chioma. Greetings to you, my queen. I can see Ebobare Linda. Greetings to you, queen. Oyiyechi Anat. Greetings. Chidera of Agwu. I always give shout out to the first 20 to comment. Oyiyechi Anat. Greetings to you. Good evening. Chidera of Agwu, greetings, King from Burkina Faso, greetings to you. So these are, I think, the first 5. Ngozika Vivian, greetings. We are here to talk about Agwu. Make sure you're sharing the video. When you see knowledge, share it. Ibe Menwa Akbolono, good evening, King. Good evening. Chuku Augustina, greetings, Queen. Pastor Bright Benson, greetings, King. Greetings. So, Dino James, hello. Greetings to you too. I'm right here. Please, no verse. So I don't leave my video. Let me beg someone to help me. Sorry. Let me beg someone. So I don't leave my video. And now I'll be needing water because I'll be doing a lot of talking.
Hello, the person you are calling is on another call at the moment.
Greetings, welcome Rosie Chichi, Young Kumfai, Friday, Yairas, good evening. Lovina Neke, greetings. God's Power P, greetings. X in Afik, Zwom, greetings. Greetings to you all. Shouldn't a human being at a call like this? Alright, so I'm here to talk about Agwu. I believe I've greeted up to 20 persons. Alright, welcome to the live. Hello, ma. I beg help me with water. Pure water. Thank you, ma. Okay, so before I go on, my phone number remains +234 70 305 70506. That is my phone number. Alright, so I want to talk about Agwu. Now, the big question is, what is Agwu? When you're asking me what is Agwu in English, I cannot tell you that there are some words you can't explain properly using a singular word in English. There are some things. Thank you, ma. There are some words that you can't explain. There are some words that you cannot explain properly using English words. There are also some English words you cannot use a single Igbo word to explain. It's just like that. It's just natural. So I cannot tell you that Agwu is this in English or Agwu is this, but I'm going to try to give you a broad shed light on what Agwu is. I know we've been hearing about Agwu. You hear about Agwu here, you will hear about Agwu here, but let's talk about it. Because some people do not understand what it is. Agwu, first of all, you need to understand that Agwu is a part of your chi. Every living being, including you that is watching this video, you have Agwu. As long as you're a human being, you have chi inside of you. You have that life force inside of you. You have that energy inside of you. You have Agwu. You will Agwu. It's a part of your chi. Just same way that as a human being, any normal human being has a beating heart. Let me not say every normal human being has hands or has. Every normal human being has a heart that is pumping blood around their whole body. Let me not say have eyes, because some people are blind. Or let me not say have ear, because some people, let me use something that keeps someone alive. Heart. Every normal human being has this heart that is beating and pumping blood. Is the generator pumping blood inside their body. So every human being that has chi has Agwu. Once you have chi, you have Agwu. I think the Yoruba word for it, I think is Orumila or Orumila. I don't know if I'm getting the right pronunciation. Orumila or Orumila. That's Yoruba word for it. Now let me explain what Agwu is. Agwu is infinite wisdom and knowledge. Infinite wisdom and knowledge. Agwu is Agwa. I'm going to explain that too. Agwu is infinite. Agwu. When you say this person's Agwu, it's something that source can never run dry. Is a divine database. Is a divine database where all the information, anything you know today, by natural wisdom, you downloaded from that database, that divine database of Agwu. Everything you know. But Agwu is grade by grade. Now, explaining the Igbo word Agwa. Agwu is related to Agwa. Agwu is also about characteristics of something. The function of something. Now, when you look at those patches on a leopard's body, we have different animals. We have different animals that the Igbos use as a totem for Agwu. We have Agwo, which is a leopard, because he has Agwa. We have Agonkwo. I think Agonkwo is either kites. I think it's kites. That one that comes to carry even big chicken. That has that same pattern with leopard. Agonkwo. Because they have Agwa on their body. They have patterns. They have a way of walking. Agwu is also an air spirit. Nkwo, ikuku nkwo. Agwu is an air spirit. It moves with the air. It moves with the air. That is the way Agwu moves. Then a symbol, one of the symbols of Agwu is Agonkwo. The way it flies. It's not a bird you see anyhow. It's not a bird that you just see on the, even when it comes with the speed it comes, it don't move. So when you talk about Agwa also means character, characteristics. Keda Agwa Oya. What is the characteristics of this person? What is their behavior like? How do they behave? Agwa has to do with Agwa. It has to do with behaviors. It has to do with gifts. What are the characteristics? Awago. So Agwu also has certain characteristics, and it is level by level. Let's go into it bit by bit. Now, When you are a Christian in the church, they will tell you that Agwu is Holy Spirit. Now, reading your Bible, you hear things like, what are the gifts of the Holy Spirit? A comforter, a teacher, a prophet, visions. These are the gifts of Agwu. They are telling you about the gifts of Agwu. These are the gifts of Agwu. Gifts of the Holy Spirit, you hear a comforter, a teacher, a counselor, a prophet, a seer, a this, a that. These are the gifts of Agwu. Please, if you don't understand Igbo, I want to calm you down and let you understand that you're not missing anything. For everything I said in Igbo, I said it in English. So for those non-Igbos that watch my videos, our other African brothers and sisters, so that you will know you're not missing anything. I'm carrying you all along. So don't come and say you're speaking your language. You're not missing anything. I'm speaking my language, but at the same time, I'm giving you the interpretation. So there is a divine database where all knowledge comes from. And it's in everybody. Because we are all part of the universe. We are all one. From one source. All of us. From one source. So now let's talk about Agwu. People have different kinds of Agwu. It's not a must that somebody that has Agwu is as a wine or as a woke. No. It's not a must that somebody that has Agwu is a priest or priestess. No. What is even as a wine? People need to understand that Eze is not a king. Eze is not a king. Eze is not a queen. Eze is a priest or priestess. That is what Eze is. That is the most abused words of 2019 or 2018 to 2023. He's not a king. So, people have different Agwu. Now, let's talk about Innocent Motors. Innocent Motors, he has Agwu for technology. Agwu comes in diverse forms. He has Agwu for Nka. Nkanozo. That is why he's able to bring up vehicles. This, he designs vehicles. That is his Agwu. It's not when they tell you have Agwu and you think you're a native doctor. His Agwu is already working. So nobody should start telling him. Nobody should start telling him that, okay, he needs to go and do, he needs to go and do Agwu, he needs to go and do this and do that. People you go and do this thing for, that's the people that cannot do it by themselves. People that have no control anymore. That is the people you try to control. Otherwise, it can be risky trying to pin Agwu down. Most people that say they went to do Agwu, they're going to do Agwu, they have a calling, and they say they have to do Agwu, so that I can start hearing. Most of them is not Agwu they are doing for you. Let me tell you, what they are doing for you is to bring and not just any Arose. They bring different spirits together that will be talking to you. And most times, because of what they use to activate it, it is low-level spirits. Not the real spirits you're supposed to be working with. That's what majority of people that say they have Agwu, that is what they have. And when you are of a higher consciousness, certain things cannot just work for you. Because everybody is not the same. Different people have different Agwu. There are people, their Agwu is fashion and design. That is their Agwu. When they design clothes, when they sew clothes, hey, you are like, this is finishing. And you start asking them, how did you come up with this design? How did they it comes to them easily because that is their Agwu. That is the wisdom they have from the universe. It comes to them easily. That is their gifts. That is what they know how to do. That is what the divine knowledge in them is able to bring up. They can design different clothes for you, design different things for you in different ways that you cannot even begin to imagine. And then there are some people, their Agwu is styling. There are some people, when they braid hair, the different styles they make, you're like, how did they do this? How did they do this? It comes easily to them because that is their Agwu. I'm sure many of us, we are all online. You see all these small boys of 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 8 years, they are online. Maybe someone saw them with maybe certain buildings, or maybe they constructed a car or one electronics, and you ask them who taught you. These children have never been to the university. They've not seen the four walls of a school, but they build all these things. They build machines and equipment that you cannot even think of. How did they come up with it? When you ask them, they will say someone is teaching them in their dream. That in their dream, someone is teaching them. In my dream, I saw someone teach me this. In my dream, I saw... That is your Agwu at work, teaching you to be productive with it. That is their Agwu. Or ihe Agwu ha na-eme. Or oyinye Agwu. That is their oyinye Agwu. That is their gift, their own gift. Their gift is Nka. So will you not go and bring him because he has Agwu? To tie him to one village and tell him that he must be there, building, he must be there, that they have to do Agwu for him. He will become a dormant human being. He won't be able to do anything. Agwu na abia. It comes just the same way the wind, the breeze comes. On abia. I don't just come out to do teaching. Agwu comes. That is when I finish teaching. Sometimes I have to. Most of the time, I watch my videos all over again because most times I'm not the one speaking. More than half of the time, I'm not the one speaking. Agwu takes over. And when I watch my own video, I learn from my own video. I'm like, oh, how did I know this? Oh, okay. It comes. There are certain things, some of you can resonate with what I say. Because when I say it, a knowledge is unlocked inside of you. And deep inside, you will see that what I'm saying is the truth. A deep knowledge is unlocked in you. And you realize that what she's saying is the truth. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, say hello. You will realize because it has unlocked the part of that knowledge that is also in you. And you are able to say, okay, yes, I know this. My spirit accepts this. This person is telling me the truth. This person is saying the truth. This person is saying the truth. Thank you so much. Now I know you can hear me. Thank you so much. You are able to resonate because something in you also tapped into that consciousness, tapped into that divine wisdom and knowledge to know that, yes, what this person is saying is true. You realize it. One of the sacred animals of Agwu is dog. Nketa. When you see a dog pursuing you in your dream, that means you are not at peace with your Agwu. Some people have dreams. Most of you have dreams where a dog is pursuing you. Nketa Agwu. Nketa na achuharege. Dog will be pursuing you. Why? Because you are not at peace with it. It needs to be aligned with. I don't see the rationale behind trying to pin it in a place. I know some people that went to Ruago so that they can start seeing. Some of them did more than 6 hours. Some did 7, 8, 9. You do first one, you know work. You continue second one, you know. You continue bringing different low-level demons. Demons that are not in your level. You continue bringing them. You continue conjuring and bringing them together. Tomorrow when you're no more, your children will start suffering. Because they don't even know what you brought together in the first place. Because you just do something because you're told you should do it, not because you have a knowledge. So many people that said, I've done this. When you ask them what is Agwu, they'll be looking at you like Mumu. Like Onubu, they'll be looking at you. Because they don't even know what they went to do. What is the dog doing with her? Because some people, for them, the dog is attacking them. Why? Because they are not in good terms with their chi and their Agwu. And some people, the dog is playing with them. The dog is just following them around, playing with them, having fun with them. That means they're in good terms. They're in alignment with their Agwu. Agwu is supposed to be your best friend in whatever you do. Some people's Agwu is teaching. When they teach, even a 6-year-old will understand what they are saying. Because it is in them. She's not in alignment with Ichioma John. When they teach, you understand it. Because that is a special gift. It's a calling. Is a gift. Is a gift of Agwu. That is why they are able to teach you and you understand. Some people's Agwu is dancing. When they dance, all their body na dance. When they dance, you are moved to dance. You are pleased. You are pleased. I will talk about how to appease Agwu in another video. Today, I want you to understand what Agwu is. That is what we are here for today. But as we are going on, if time permits me, I will still talk about how to be at peace with your Agwu. And they are Agwu because they are, when they dance, you say if you want to dance, you're moved to stand up and just. Is it even possible the music they are dancing does not make any sense to you? But because of the way they moved, you're moved to learn that step. I know at a point, please, you should not mind this Oluwatobi Folurun. No, you should not mind her. That Oluwatobi Folurun shall be what? You all should ignore her. If possible, block her. This is her work. Her work is to move around Facebook, lying up and down. I said, Tochukwu Michael, you've not been listening. I said, everybody has Agwu, but it is grade by grade. Or the no go. Some people's Agwu is not meant to serve public like that. Some people's Agwu is not meant to serve public. You're not seeing any sign because you're not looking inward. What is your gift? How do you know your Agwu? It comes to you easily. Some people, when they give advice, everybody is coming to you for advice. You do it so effortlessly, like you're not looking for you're not looking for what to say. It comes naturally to you. And when they do what you say, it's just the solution to that problem. When you give the best advice, that is your Agwu. That is an Agwu, if you're able to resolve such things. Not everyone can do that. Some people, the way they give advice, that is Agwu for counseling. They give the best advice. There's something you think that maybe when it will cause fights. The way they will present it, everybody will be listening and be calm. But another person will present that and fight will start. That is Agwu. Chidera Ofebu, keep confessing negativity. You are having serious attack. So what? You said you are going to call me. I've heard you. But since you've been on this video, everything you are doing is you're having serious attack. You keep on confessing negative things. Keep inviting attack to yourself. You're having serious. That is how we put that. You continue having serious attack. Do you know words are spells? Do you know? Words are spells. You continue saying this, the attack will be coming more and more. You've not heard songs like "Let the Weak Say I Am Strong." Words are spells. That's why you spell a word. You call it spellings. You need to be careful. You said it once. I've heard you. You chatted me up. You took my number. You said you will call me. I said okay. You continue since you're having an attack. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. I don't know the reason why you continue typing it. I don't know what you want me to do from this video. You said it and I've heard you. You said it in box. I heard you. I said, okay, check to know where this attack is coming from. Words are spells. You do not need anybody to install, and you install things that you do not have. You're not listening to me. Nobody came to install any Agwu for me. You need to understand that. Especially if you're a water person that has Agwu Miri. You don't need anybody to start installing anything for you. That will be putting yourself in trouble. When you buy a new phone, what do you install? Applications that you don't have. Why do you need to install application that is already inside you? Why do you need to install it? Why do you need to install it? What is your body doing? You already have this inside of you. What you need to do is to activate and align yourself, or if you need it. Something you cannot activate from inside, you cannot activate it from outside. Do you understand it? Something you cannot activate from inside, you cannot activate it from outside. Let's take, for instance, a book on English language. And I go to buy the book. I don't know how to read. So I'm supposed to have this textbook. Okay, I'll go and buy the book and I'll keep it. Now that I've kept it, do I know how to read it? Do I know what the book is all about? But before I should start buying a book, that means I know how to read. We're always running to do things that we don't know. Some people, I've done my chi. I've done this, I've done that. Okay, so what is chi? You don't know what chi is. But you've got to feed what you don't know. You don't know what chi is, you don't know what Agwu is, but you've got to feed what you don't know. Before you do anything, get a deep knowledge on that thing. Check what you're doing. Check what you bring into your home. If I'm not around tomorrow, will my children be all right? Now they beat a lot, now they beat, then they beat me. Now they beat a lot, hey, it be like say you come follow me pay. See. A debit alert. Sure you don't see them. Debits. So you will pay me back. You don't cast yourself. You will pay me back and a debit alert. You want to come and follow me and chop. You follow me and pay. Agwu. Some people, their Agwu is music. Singing. When they sing, hey, you see this lady at that Zion. That lady, when she sings that song, there is this energy. The energy that you get when I sing it is not the same energy that you get when she sings. There is this Agwu that follows, as in the energy that follows her. She knows how to do that kind of music that you're moved, it wakes up something inside of you. That song she sings can even wake up your chi. The way she goes, she continues. Borunum chimo. But she'll be shaking her head. Borunum chimo with all her might. Borunum chineke na. Borunum chimo. Chukunjabamba. Chukunjayisi. And she goes on and on. When she does, there's this joy, I don't know, I get from just listening to her sing. I'm not a music person, but the kind of hour she puts, the kind of energy she puts into her music, it draws me to listen to her. Because she wakes up something inside me. There's an hour for everybody. There are certain things, like in my WhatsApp group chat, there are certain voice notes I will listen, and it will unlock another message inside of me. It will unlock something that I do not know before, and I get a download. A new knowledge is added onto me. That is the power of Agwu. That is the power of Agwu. So you don't need to fix it at a spot. Agwu na abia abia. Can you hold on the wind to one place? We've lost a whole lot of things practicing things from Ogazi. I'm going to talk about the 4 seasons in Igbo spirituality. We hold on to things from Ogazi and it does not let us move forward. You're using phone today in somebody's house at work. You can see me on screen. You have your phone, you're there. It's because of somebody's Agwu. That is why you're able to see me. I'm in my house. Because of somebody's Agwu, the world has gone digital. Everything is on phone. You can pick up your phone, you just stay in the comfort of your room, you just order something and they will bring it to your doorstep. It's somebody's Agwu. Some people's Agwu is business, finance. Someone like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Abishe, her Agwu, it comes in the place of managing finance, the wealth, Ako. That is her Agwu. What is your own Agwu? What is that which comes easily to you? Teaching things like this is one of my Agwu. Another of my Agwu is herbs. Most of the herbs that I know, no one taught me. My Agwu comes. I learn about herbs. They talk to me about herbs. Do this with this herb. Do this with that. Do this. And also plants. I hear them speak. That is one of my Agwu. Also healing. Afa. Seeing. Someone can also have multiple of these gifts. That is my Agwu. I'm able to do this because I have that infinite knowledge and wisdom to do it. I have that gift. It's part of my Agwu. Some people's Agwu is children. Can you stay with children? Can you teach children? You wonder, how do teachers? It's not everybody that has Agwu. There are different kinds of Agwu. You ask yourself, you have a child, 2 years old child or 3 years old child, they go to school and they give them assignments. You're teaching them, they're not even understanding anything. You're asking yourself, how do their teachers do it? How do they get these children to sit one place? How do they get them to sleep? How do they get them to sit down and listen? Or you will be talking, they'll be jumping up and down. They won't even take you serious. How? It is their Agwu. It is your grandmother. Your Agwu is using the face of your grandmother to teach you those lips in the dream. How do they get the children to sit down and listen to them? It is Agwu. You cannot do it. That is their work. They do it effort. When they do it so effortlessly. It's nothing to them, but to you it is hard work. There are certain things I cannot do in this life because it is not my Agwu. When I see people, I see people, and they are like, they bring tape to measure somebody. You measure somebody's clothes, and then you start cutting. You cut, you sew, you do this one, you run pattern. So I cannot sit down to begin to do that. I don't have that patience. But people are doing it. and it's not like anything to them. They are doing that because it is their Agwu to design clothes. And when your Bible says the gifts of a man make it way for him, the gifts of a man make it way for him. Their Agwu is helping them to eat. They are not doing it for free. A teacher, the teacher's Agwu is helping it. They are not doing it for free. It's a service. Innocent is Agwu is helping him to eat. He's not selling his cars for free. Agwu. And there's something about appreciating Agwu. Sometimes the Agwu can demand certain things, but not to be pinned one place. There are times your Agwu will tell you, okay, you need to do Ewu Agwu or Okuko Agwu. Or depending on what your Agwu is demanding for a feast, in honor of it, it's different for different people, depending on what they say. Just in celebration with the spirits of your Agwu. Agwu should be your best friend. You need to identify those gifts, those natural gifts, those natural wisdom. That is your Agwu. An architect designing building, that is his Agwu. They love to do that. They do it so, when you're looking at the it's so complicated. Like, how does someone begin to sit down to do all this rubbish? I don't have that time and energy. But they do it. Now, some people look at me and they're like, how do you do this? How do you pull this off? You talk to different people, you do this, you do that, and you still... That is my Agwu. That is what I'm made for. That is the only thing I can do. And do it without stress. Not as if that you don't get tired, but that is if you're my ear. You always find your way around it. Something like standing behind somebody to make their hair. I cannot do that. But there are people that love to do it. They enjoy it. They can stand from morning till evening. Just plaiting people's hair. Doing different design on the hair. For some people, their Agwu is drawing. They are artists. Look at someone like Chibu Joshua. Someone like, is it Pencraft or what? All these people that draw online, they go around drawing random people. They sit down. Can you do that? I cannot do it. Somebody, you just sit like this. Somebody will picture you and draw you in less than 1 hour. They've given you a picture of you. That is their gifts. Agwu kobo. Agwu. Not everyone can do it. If he is the runner. So when I tell some people, if you stay in my head 30 minutes before I go to sleep, you will run mad. Because a whole lot goes on in there. A whole lot goes on in there. A whole lot. I know some of you call me at bad times and I'm like snapping. Okay, call me back. Or you ask one question and the way I will talk to you, some of you will not want to call back again. That is me trying to hold my head together. Or some of you will call that annoying time, 10 p.m. Like, why are you calling me by 10 p.m.? Why? I'm a human being. I need rest. Ebobare, Linda, this is not a video where you bring this kind of things. I'm talking about Agwu, but we know they hear something. We are not interested. We are all controlled by money. I'm not saying money is good though, but let it not control you. Know when to learn something new. I want to talk about things moving well and things not moving well. You can always talk about that some other time. But please, when I'm teaching, let's focus on asking questions about the teachings. So that is the Agwu. Ebo Bare Linda. You are on my Facebook. You're following me. I've posted so many leaves. All those ones you cannot choose from there, but you have to come on this video to tell me to tell you the leaf to use. No one they fear God. You cannot watch those videos. I take my time to do these videos. I use my data and I post it. But when I post it, it looks like decoration to some people. That is why they don't go through it to know what to do or to do things for themselves. Why some people go there and they watch it, they do things that I don't even know they went to do anything. They will just come and tell me, oh, I did this, it worked for me. I'm not on TikTok live now. I'm using only one phone stand. I'm hoping to get another one. Then I can go live in both places. I don't have the strength to keep the other phone on the table and continue adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. So let's think about your Agwu. What are your gifts? For some of you, you're very good with interpreting dreams. That is your Agwu. For some of you, your Agwu is creating meals. Cooking is also an Agwu. You don't know. Some people, I know one lady, she follows me. Chika loves kitchen, eh? Hey! Chika can stay in the kitchen morning till evening without getting. She just loves to be cooking. That's one of her Agwu. She loves to create meals. She loves to cook. Some people are like that. That is her Agwu. All the food you've been eating today, had it been you did not see any food when you're the first person on earth, what will you be eating? If your Agwu is not food. That is why we are all part of a whole. We are all parts of a whole, having different functions, helping each other. People that discover food, you discover your own. Me, I'm doing medicine with herbs. And I'm telling you, okay, this one, take it in this quantity. Okay, this one, take it in this. Don't exceed this quantity. Don't do this, don't do that. With herbs. Someone else is there creating meals. Someone else is there creating machines that will be helping our lives. These are different Agwu at work. Someone else is there. Yes. Some of them actually do good Agwu, some do hard Agwu. That is their Agwu. Just kind of what's on Agwu. That is their Agwu. So this thing about Agwu, it is very broad and vast. Agwa, color. Agwa, character. So Agwu has certain characteristics depending on who it is possessing. For some people, let me tell you, if you go to Psychia, I can confidently tell you that 80%, now for Yoko, I can confidently tell you that 80% of people at psychiatric hospital today, they are not mad. Most of them are gifted people. There is a way your Agwu will be. That's why I say Agwu gets great. You get some people that they are Agwu. Some people's Agwu is meant to serve the public in a special way. Some people is just on a quiet. You see, there are some tailors you don't know their name, but there are some tailors that you know their name. Celebrity tailors. There are levels to it. There are some herbalists you don't know their name, but there are some herbalists you know their name. Celebrity herbalists. It is grade by grade. Level by level. All fingers are not equal. So it depends on the level. Just like we have different capacity of generator. You have 2.5 kVA, 3.5 kVA, 3.0 kVA, different, depending. Maybe before you can get a generator that can power the whole estate, you might get maybe up to how many, I don't know how many thousand you will get. But your Agwu is according to capacity of people that he wants you to serve. That's as much as you can get. Just like now, there are certain, it gets as light will come to your house. Power source, maybe you have low current, you cannot power your TV. But you might be able to charge phone, but you cannot power TV. You cannot power boiler. You cannot power anything. You cannot power fridge. You cannot power TV. You cannot power AC. But there is a light amount of power that will come into your house to start powering things. Glory, but see, that's another kind of Agwu for some people. Perfectionist Agwu. They want to arrange, and maybe you should consider interior decoration. Consider going into interiors. Consider going into interiors. That's a gift inside of you. Consider going into interiors. You will do very well in it. So Agwu is not all about being native doctor or being SNY or being, it's beyond that. There are some medical doctors, their Agwu is about surgery. They know them for, hey, you're looking for a surgeon, go to this man, he will go to this woman. Ah, nobody will die for his table. Hey, he will bring you out, he will do everything. That is their Agwu. To cut people up and put them back in shape. Look at someone like Ben Carson, brain surgeon. No one else could do it the way he does it. A brain surgeon, one of the most difficult surgery. And he does it effortlessly, like it is nothing. I had to watch his movie, Gifted Hands, recently, and I was like, wow. And his Agwu uses his mother to come and teach him. Teach him, write things on the board, and he will just be taking notes. That is his Agwu. So now the question is, you that is watching me, what is your Agwu? Gine ba Agwu ge? What is your Agwu? What are your gifts? What are your gifts? What are the gifts that your chi has given you through your Agwu? What are you doing to it? Everybody has something they are supposed to be doing. If you don't have a solution to any problem in this world, then you are a part of the problem we have in this world. If you don't have solution, to any problem in this world, then you're part of the problem. We should solve you. Everybody has something to give to the world. Because you are here because you saw something and you said you could make a difference. And you were given that Agwu to make that difference. You saw a need. In the business world, they will say, how do you make money? They will say, identify a need, provide solution for that need. That is Agwu. Because as you're coming, your Agwu is embedded in your chi. Your chi saw the problem and you say, okay, I can actually solve this. So your Agwu is to solve a certain problem you saw in the world and you came in here. Thank you, Amaka Otonwa. And you came in here. So what problem are you solving for the world? Kedumpa inebo. Kedumpa inebo. Kedumpa inebo. Being a good hairstylist, that is also okay. Someone like me now, nobody taught me how to weave. I can weave hair, but I don't want to do that. I don't have the strength to stand behind somebody to be doing that. If I must weave your hair, I will sit down, you will sit on the floor so I can weave you. But there are people that will stand behind somebody's hair from morning till evening. Cannot do that. That is your Agwu. Read as a hairstyle worker. You used to read someone's mind. That is your Agwu. We all have different gifts. We all have different gifts. What are you doing with yours? One of the ways you can feed your Agwu, is by doing what he wants you to do. Putting it to work. That is one of the ways you can feed your Agwu. Putting it to work. When you put it to work, it will be multiplying. It will continue to grow. It will be upgrading. If you're not putting it to work, you will remain dormant and stagnant. It's just like when you learn driving or computer and you don't have a computer you're using. Over time, you will start losing touch because you're not following the trend. It's just like when I learned computer, I was in primary school, I learned Microsoft Windows. I think we're using Windows 7 then. Windows 5 or 4. When I used computer in 2017, there was Windows 7. I was struggling before I adapted to that one. Now I know there are Windows 8 and higher Windows. So how do I even adapt to it? Because I'm not putting what I learned to work. Not as if I start to learn it again, or maybe if I get a computer, I will adapt, but it will be difficult for me. Why? Because I wasn't putting what I have to work. Upgrade. You see the apps on your phone every time. Upgrade to this, upgrade. They are putting it because you're putting it to work. That is why you need to upgrade it. Are you upgrading your Agwu? Are you feeding your Agwu? That's what I've been explaining in this video. Maybe you should watch from the beginning when I'm done. Make sure you're sharing this video. Please make sure you're sharing the video. Are you upgrading your Agwu? You make you upgrade. That's one of the ways to feed your Agwu. To upgrade. They said, when you do a job and you do it well, more job is added, more work is given. And to whom much is given, much is expected. It depends on what you do with it. I will tell you a story where they talked about Agwu in the Bible, but you will not get it. The Bible is a book of code. Remember the man that has servants, and he gave one talent, the other one 2 talents, the other one 5 talents, or 4 talents. I can't remember how many talents. Do you remember that story? Now let me tell you what happened in the story. Maybe when I tell you the story, you will remember. The one they gave 5 talents went to trade. And he made 10 talents, 5 more talents. He got more by using the 5 he was given. The one they gave 2 talents, put it to work. And he made 2 more extra, that is 4. But the one they gave 1 talent was like, oh, it's only this 1 talent that was given to me. And let me go and bury it. When the master comes back, I'll give him his money. When the master came back, they all came to remit what they were given. And he brought it. He's a wicked person. So because you just have 1 gift, you didn't put it to work. What happened? It was taken from him and given to the person that had 5 already. To those that have more and are putting it to work, even more will be added onto their gifts. I know when I started giving helps, I wasn't doing alpha. But it came out naturally. It was unlocked along the line. When you're making use of what you have, you unlock more. Your app will continue to expand in its full glory on our topic. But when you're not doing that, you will just be there, dormant, stagnant. Over time, it will even be collected from you and given to another person. That work you're supposed to be doing, you're not doing, it will be collected from you and given to another person. So what is the gift that Chukwu has given you? What is the gift that the universe has given you that you've gone to hide because you feel that it is small compared to what others were given? What have you done with it? Maybe you could do it so well and another one will be given. What have you produced with it? What results have you produced? What are you doing with it? Ask yourself that question. The Agwu in you. On another video, my next video, I'm going to talk about how to appease your Agwu. How to be at peace with your Agwu. I think when you watch this video, you mirror yourself. How to know your Agwu. Look inward, that gift you have. That natural wisdom that nobody taught you. It's natural, it's just something in you. A woman released dogs to bite you. That woman is not a good person. And there was a dog, another dog. That dog is your own personal Agwu. No, that's not the message I'm getting. Sorry. The message I just got now is that woman is your higher self. You are in tune with a part of your Agwu, not all. Those ones that were released to you are a part of you are not in alignment with. A part of you are not in alignment with. That's the ones you think is trying to bite you. And they are just, you think one dog can stop other dogs. It's because you're trying to making efforts. It's the Agwu in you that is making efforts, that is trying to calm the rest down. So start harnessing your gifts. You won't be having issue of dog bite again. Instead, when the dogs come, they'll be playing with you instead. People make that mistake of killing dogs. That's what I'll be talking about in my next video. My next video will likely be tomorrow or next. But I will announce it before then. But how to know your Agwu? Check deep inside you the gifts that you have. No one taught you. Since you were a child, it comes effortlessly. It's just in there. It's just in there. When you connect to your chi, you can easily connect to your Agwu, because your Agwu is a part of your chi. Is a part of your higher self. So, first and foremost, connect to your chi. I've made a video on how to reconnect with your chi. I'm going to make another video on that. I think maybe I just did how to reconnect with your water people. I will make a video on how to reconnect with your chi after I'm done doing the Agwu video. That's when I'll do it. Alright, so I'll be ending my video here and now. I'll be ending the video. You all have a wonderful evening. Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful night. I'm bouncing back. I know I've been away for so long. I'm bouncing back. Have a beautiful evening. Agazielunu. Tomorrow is the start of another work week. I'm praying for you all that are connected to this video. You all that are watching me. And I say, may the universe give you blessings, more blessings. Please try to join my video tomorrow about this last comments. More blessings than you had in the previous week. More blessings to you. More blessings to you all. Chukwu gozie unu. Okike gozie unu. Chukwu gozie unu. Chukwu nekota unu. Chukwu gba unu ume. May the universe bless you all. May the universe bless you all. Have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful week. Precious hours, safe delivery. You all have a wonderful evening. Good night.